Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number 9 of my FM21 save with Puskas Academia. We are here for the game against Fehervar, and after this, it's gonna be a game against Ferencváros, which wasn't gonna be the case. What I said to you, it was going to be last episode, but a little something has changed on the way here. So let's quickly take a look at the schedule and see what has changed and why it has changed and everything. And of course the matches that you've missed as well. So what you've seen were, I believe, these two games, the one against Dunaharashti and Kisvarda, if I'm not mistaken. And after that, we lost to Kisvarda, of course. After that, we lost to Győr, who we were gonna face in the 4th round of the Hungarian Cup. So I was kind of scared for that cup game as well. After the game against Győr, we drew away from home against Mizokoveshdi, 0-0. We then beat Győr 6-0 away from home, 4 goals from Philip. He has had one game where he scored 5, and now he's had another game where he scored 4 again. He has been so good. If we just look at his stats here, 25 goals and 2 assists in 28 starts. That is absolutely insane. He has got 6 Player of the Match awards as well. He has been absolutely on fire for us. So very happy with his performances and how he has been doing. So after that 6-0, we then lost to Újpest. I thought, well, 6-0 win. Nothing could go wrong now. We're back on winning ways, and we're gonna pull this off in the league as well. And then we lost 1-0 to Újpest, who were in 9th, I believe. Then we drew the home leg against Győr, only 1-1. Philip again with a goal, but they equalized in stoppage time of the second half. We then finally got back to winning ways in the league after 5 games without a win. Against Budafok, a 2-0 win at home. Again, 2 goals from Philip. And then we lost to Ferencváros in the first leg of the quarterfinal of the Hungarian Cup. But it was the away leg. We had a couple of very good chances, so I would give us a chance in the second leg today, because that second game is going to be the second leg of the quarterfinal, the home leg, so maybe we stand a chance. Of course, only a 1-0 loss away from home isn't too bad, and coming back from that 1-0 win against MTK, where again, Philip with the winning goal. But first, we have to face Fehervar here at home, and then Ferencváros at home in the cup. It's going to be a very tight game. It's going to be a very important game as well, because the board expects us to reach the semi-finals. So we need to win this by at least 2 goals difference. So it's going to be very tough against Ferencváros. But first, of course, the game against Fehervar. Fehervar are right now in 1st place. We are in 3rd. And Ferencváros are in 2nd. Ferencváros, by the way, have made it through to the next knockout round of the Europa League 2, and they're facing Lazio, and they won the first leg. So the positive thing for us is that they played Lazio 2 days ago. They're playing Honvéd tomorrow, then Lazio in 4 days, and then us in 3 days. So we have got 8 days to prepare for them. They have only got 3 days to prepare for us, and they have to travel back from Rome and then travel away to us again. So that might be the only small slimmer of hope that we got going in our favor. But of course, they're still a very good team. I mean, they beat Lazio Roma, for God's sake, who are a very, very good team. Did not expect them to win that first leg, even though it was at home. Now, I am hoping that they reach the next round in the Europa League, but I am hoping that they do get knocked out of the Romanian Cup. I am living in FM20. I am hoping that they get knocked out of the Hungarian Cup, of course, by us in that quarterfinal. But first, Fehervar, as you can see, we are in 3rd, 1 point above Diószegyőr, but we do have a game in hand, so nothing could go wrong against Fehervar today. So that's good. I saw that one player was not registered. Oh wait, this one. No, that can't be, because he is not at the club. So, who did they say? Sipos is unregistered, but he is not in the first team, right? No, he's not in the first team, so why would you say that? Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I think I owe you guys some transfers. Do I not? I do. So this was the last one, I remember. Then we loaned out Peter Barat to Vasos. We loaned out Laszlo Deutsch to Mezokuveshdi. And then we loaned out Zoltan Kovac to Vasos as well. When it comes to transfers coming inwards, we had one important one, Mihaly Kata from MTK for 500,000 euros. But look at this guy. He's only 19 years old, and center mid is exactly the position that we needed more backup for, in my opinion. So this guy coming in is very, very good for us now and in the future as well. And what am I forgetting? Of course, we have had the youth intake. And let me tell you something, guys. Don't want to get your hopes up too much if it eventually wants to load the screen I'm trying to load here. There we go. But look at that. Look at those youth candidates. That is absolutely insane. I mean, it has been a very, very long time since I have had a youth intake that was this good. I mean, 1 5-star, but not only that, we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 4-stars, 2 3.5, and 3 3-stars as well. Not only that, we also have 4 players that are 2-star current ability already. And I don't think I've ever seen that. Look at this guy, by the way. His name is Major, and he is Major. He's 188, a center back, and sadly he has the lowest potential. But he does look pretty good already. 16 determination as well. But of course, the real gem in this youth intake is Antonio Roman, another midfielder. So that is very good. As I said, we need some backup in that position. And it looks like we got it as well. Fairly professional. 11 determination, 11 leadership, 10 work rate. The teamwork does let him down a little bit. But other than that, look at 14 first touch, 14 passing, 12 technique at 16 years old. For a center mid, that is absolutely crazy. Very happy with him. Of course, the other players, you'll see them when they make an impact in the first team. And if you do want to take a closer look at one of the players, leave it down in the comment below. I'm going to continue now to the match. Let's see what what players we're gonna use today. Let's play these 11 Demgen in goal. Kushnir, Otikba, Spandler, and Hangia. Xonka, Urblik, Shanto, Costa, Corbu, and Philip. Of course, Philip. Who else is there to play in that striker position? As I said, he has been absolutely insane for us. I'm so happy that we got him. I still don't understand why they loaned him out last season. Maybe that was something happening at the club. I'm not sure about that. But I'm just happy that we got him back for the second season. And he has been doing amazingly well. Of course, in the first half of the season, we still had Vanacek, the Czech striker, the 30-year-old. But we wanted to get rid of him. And luckily for us, we have a player that stepped up instantly. I mean, when Vanacek was still at the club, Philip was already pulling the strings when it comes to scoring goals. But now that he's the only striker, he has been so much better, and we're already down a goal after 1.5 minutes played. Evendro, who has come to hunt us in so many games we played against Feyenoord, he has been so good for them against us. And before the 2nd minute mark, he's already scored a goal, and we're already down. As I said, we cannot go down a spot in the league table after this match, but of course we want to pick up as many points as possible. Having said that, Feyenoord are a very good team, and it is always going to be very, very tough to pick up some points against them, even if it is at home, and even if we maybe do have the better team, it's still going to be very tough. It actually does look like it's going very even right now, but they do have the upper hand when it comes to goals, which at the end of the day is the most important statistic in football, of course. And that could have been the second, but they hit the crossbar, I think. Maybe it was a save, but I believe they hit the crossbar. Evendro again with the ball. He loses it, but the teammate gets it, and Evendro again. Eventually he gets it back, and he scores his second of the night, and it's also the second of the club. And it's 2-0 at halftime. Not what we wanted at all. I am far from pleased. As I said, don't really expect us necessarily to win this, but I do expect us to make Feyenoord work for it, and right now it doesn't look like that's happening. I mean, doesn't really look like we're giving them a run for their money And we actually have dropped down to 4th because the Osgur are playing another game right now. So we would still have a game in hand, but we do drop down to 4th place, which is disappointing, of course. Don't like to see that. But it does mean that we have another game to get those points back. And Evandro now with his hat-trick. I mean, what can we do against this guy? It looks like we can't do anything against them. And the Osgur are leading 2-0 as well against Újpest, who we couldn't even beat. Doesn't look like we're going to get anything from this game, guys. I'm going to try to go more attacking, but doesn't look like we can get anything. Maybe we can get 1 goal. Let's get Philip off for Gruber. Let's get Shanto off for Tamas Kiss as well. And Kata on for Xtonka. Xtonka, by the way, a couple of weeks ago, he got suspended for 3 games. From the start, he got suspended for 1 game. But then the judge looked at it and said, well, you know, let's suspend him for 2 more, and we lost him for 3 games. And Sombor Gruber with the consolation goal for Puskas here, the 3-1 in the 83rd minute. Other than that, nothing happening anymore, and there is the full-time whistle. 0 points, only 1 goal. Still, in the end, I think the second half we played much better, certainly much better than in the first half, but I think we actually played better than them as well in the second half. Sadly, the scoreboard doesn't really show that. I mean, we do have that 1 goal to show for it, but other than that, not much to show. And we're now 2 points below Diosgyr, who beat Újpest 3-0. But we do have a game in hand, but that game in hand is against Ferencváros. So don't really expect us to get the 3 points in that match. Hopefully we will. Hopefully we will get back. We will get past them in the cup. Firstly, of course, that's the most important thing for now. We have 8 days to prepare for them, as I just mentioned. So I'll see you guys in just a second for that cup game against Ferencváros. And we're back for the second game, the most important game of the episode, against Ferencváros in the Hungarian Cup. Just to show you guys what they did in Europe, they lost to Lazio 2-1 away from home, but that 1 away goal does mean that they move on to the quarterfinals of the Europa League 2 against Southampton. Another very tough opposition. Southampton at this point 15th. They're 15th in the Premier League, but they are in the quarterfinals of the Europa League 2. Alright, well, it's still a very, very tough opposition, but they have just played 3 days before. One of their better strikers is injured. It was this guy, Rocco Baturina. As you can see, 29 starts and 16 goals. So one of their better strikers, Javi Lopez, is now injured as well. Who is their backup right back, I would say. And other than him, Somalia will possibly not play, who is their starting right winger. So they have a little bit of injury problems. We are only missing Orblik because he got injured for 2 to 3 weeks. Talking about the youth players, everyone on the youth recruitment that came through our youth team, I signed everybody that had at least 3-star potential. And when it comes to poaching players from other clubs, I have been very busy with that, just like last season. The only difference is that last season we had a transfer budget of, I think, 300k, and right now we have a transfer budget of about 2 million. So we have a lot more possibility in signing young players from other teams, which of course we will try to exploit. This is going to be the starting 11: Demjen, Kustnir, Otigba, Spandler, Hangia, Xtonka, and Kata, because of course Urblik was injured. Shanto, Costa, Corbu, and Philip are going to round up the starting 11. Let's just hope for the best. Ferencváros are a very good team. As you just saw, they just knocked out Lazio Roma in the Europa League 2, which is still incredible. It's an incredible thing for them to reach the quarterfinals of a European Cup, and of course that is going to be very good for Hungary in the coefficient rankings as well. But let's hope that they can get as far as possible in that European competition and that they will lose to us right now in this Hungarian Cup game. The quarterfinals, the second leg is underway, and it looks like we're going to have the first highlight here. After 4.5 minutes, Philip with an open chance, but he finished it off very, very poorly, and the goalkeeper could pick it up very easily in the end. Now Ferencváros with the first chance, and they hit the crossbar. So a very exciting start to this game. Both sides with both with one huge chance. And Ferencváros with another one right here. Gets headed away by Kushnir, but straight back to their player. I'm so scared every time they have the ball, and possibly gonna score here as well. With the ball to Robert Mach with a beautiful goal. Can't say anything else about that. Robert Mach, the player that kept Ferencváros in the Europa League 2, has now possibly given them the goal to keep them in the Hungarian Cup as well. I know we still have 17 minutes left, but we now need to score 3 goals against them, which I just don't see happening. Maybe I'm wrong, hopefully I'm wrong, but I don't see it happening against a team that is this good and also in top form like Ferencváros are, even though they did just fly back from Rome, from Italy to Hungary. I know it's not that far away, but still, they should suffer from a little bit of fitness problems. As you can see, Blasic here is on a pretty low fitness level, but for now we cannot make any good use of it. Maybe here we have a highlight. Kushnir has the ball on the right side. Shanto, but an incredible save by the goalkeeper, and we get another corner kick here. Hongia to take it, but we can't reach the ball. We just can't head it into the net. We do still have it though, and now we lose it. And Zubkov is one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and what did he do there? He messed it up so badly. That's unbelievable. We have the throw in here. Kusnir gets the ball straight back from Kata. Passes it to Shanta forwards, but again, we cannot head that ball. Kata brings it back in. Philip there with a goal. And that is the 1-1, the equalizer in the 41st minute, just before halftime. We now need to score 2 more goals in the second half, because here is the halftime whistle. It's 1-1. But as I said, we need to score 2 more goals, of course, and not concede. If we do concede 1 more, we again need to score 3 goals. But 2 goals is actually something that we could think about as a realistic target here. We've already scored 1. Let's score 2 more in 45 minutes. Maybe here we have a first chance at the second half. Shanta with the ball to Costa. Plays the through ball to Corbu. And Corbu finishes it off. Marius Corbu. Only 2.5 minutes into the second half. And we're up 2-1 against Ferencváros. We only need 1 more goal now to make it through. I mean, if we get there, that would be incredible by us. Let's get Spandler off. I don't want to suffer a red card here. Let's get Nikolic on. What else can we do? Sonka is not playing well. Radic can be subbed on for him. And Corbu, even though he scored a goal, let's get him off for Tamas Kiss, who has been so important for us in the past so often as well. Let's demand more from the team. 20 minutes left. It's going to be very tough to break down this Ferencváros side in the last 15 minutes only. To get that goal that we need here, we're going to go all out attacking and a little bit of overlap on both flanks as well. I think we need to exploit those flanks. I think that is where our strengths lie, but it doesn't look like it's happening. But maybe here, Tamaskis, the sub, tries to give the ball to Shanto, but we lose it, and now Ferencváros can counter here. Robert Mack, the scorer of the first goal, gives it to his teammate, but they miss it. 5 minutes left. What can we do here? Let's take a look at the tactics. Let's go even more attacking. Costa can play as striker as well. It looks like Philip has picked up a little bit of a knock here. That would not be good at all. But we will see about that after the game. What else is there to do? Let's put him on attack as well. And Kata, I know you're actually a defensive-minded player, but we need you on the attack now. And the wing-backs on attack as well. I know this is very, very attacking. Look at that. But we need to force something in these final 3 minutes. I mean, it's only 3 minutes left. We have nothing left to lose. Let's fire up the players one last time and hope for the best. Here we go. The only injury time left. Hopefully something at least will happen. But it doesn't look like it. There's the full-time whistle. And we lose out in the end. It's very disappointing. We did win against Ferencvaros, which is the first time in this save that we do. So that is a positive thing to get from this match, but to get knocked out like this, that just hurts. I mean, if we did not concede that first goal by Robert Mak, then we would still be in. We would have made it through to the semi-finals. So Robert Mak not only kept them in the Hungarian Cup, but he also kept them in the Europa League. Let's see what the board say about it. The board members, they say that we failed. I understand that, but however, they can understand that the team had a difficult draw. Thank you. And they are pleased about the league, and they are pleased about working within the wage budget, and they are very pleased about signing players under the age of 23, and they're disappointed about making the most of set pieces. Well, I'm sorry, that's just something that's in the game. I can't do anything about that. I'm training on set pieces every single week, but we just don't seem to get any benefit from that, and they are satisfied about us using the club's youth system as well. But we are knocked out. That is not what we wanted to see. Again, this fixture is moved to a different date. It's now moved even further back. It was in April, but is now on the 4th of May. That is insane. We actually were scheduled to have this game against Ferencvaros right here. Right here before this Ferencvaros game. We were supposed to have that game against Ferencvaros. Now it's moved all the way back to here because they are still in the Europa League 2 against Southampton, of course, as I've already shown you guys. So even though it is again a very disappointing episode, even though we did pick up a win, but the win didn't mean anything in the end. Still, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it nonetheless, then please leave a like and subscribe as well if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys for the next video very soon. Bye bye.